Here's where we bring it home for everyone. Because let's face it, not all of us are gunning for the presidency. You know, most of us aren't under a 24/7 media microscope or, managing international relations from a Twitter. But here's the thing. That doesn't mean we don't face challenges every day that demand resilience. And believe me, just because you're not dodging political scandals or negotiating with world leaders doesn't make your challenges any less real. Real life is tough. And sometimes it feels like we're just one email away from snapping, right? Now, for me, resilience comes down to one major thing: support systems. We mentioned it earlier. Think of it like this. Every hero has a sidekick. Batman had Robin. Sherlock had Watson. And me, I had a close circle of friends, mentors, family, a personal justice league. Now, I know it sounds like I still do, okay? But if you're taking life on solo, if you think you out here can just do it all alone, then, my friend, you're setting yourself up for burnout. It's like trying to win a relay race without passing the baton. Trust me, it gets exhausting really fast. Whether it's friends, family, a trusted mentor, or even a pet that looks at you like you're a rock star. No matter how, no matter what you do, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what you do. I got a fur baby myself named Ollie. So, you got to find that support system, though, okay? You got to find it. It can even be your barista who knows your coffee order by heart. Take up a conversation. Never know don't know where it would go. But having someone or something in your corner can change the game. And hey, if you're the type that keeps things bottled up, just remember that's what therapy is for. I invest in it heavily. In fact, I have my therapy sessions once a week. So just don't be like Uncle Bob, who tries to make his therapist laugh like it's open mic night at the local comedy club. Seriously, find people you can talk to, people who support you, and you can lean on them. And always be open to allow people to lean on you too. Now, let's talk about the fun stuff. All right? You're probably thinking to yourself, like, I thought we were having fun already. Well, yeah, we really going to talk about the fun stuff now. What is the fun stuff? That's the outlets for stress. It's pretty simple. But sometimes it's the simple things in life that are the hardest to get, right? I mean, think about it. You need a healthy way to blow off steam. For some people, like myself, it's exercise. For others, it's a hobby. For me, it's spiritual practices and a good old-fashioned laugh. That's why I crack myself up throughout the episodes, even when you're not noticing. And for the love of everything holy, find something better than doom scrolling Twitter, which I just recently released an episode about doom scrolling Twitter. There, it is also a full article on the Medium publication. Make sure you check that out. Because if your idea of de-stressing is arguing with strangers on the internet, we need to have a separate conversation real soon. But you need to find out what works for you. Maybe it's hiking. Maybe it's cooking, painting, or even crocheting. Beanies for cats. Maybe for your cat. Seriously, if you're stressed out, stressed to the max, don't just wait around for it to magically disappear. Because as chances are, it may not disappear. And you find yourself stuck in a rabbit hole. Do something about it. And if you're like me and thought yoga would be easy because it's mostly stretching, well, you're in for a rude awakening. Those poses are not as peaceful as they look, folks. Man, this is getting fun. Now, here's the kicker. The real heart of resilience, we talked about this too earlier, is purpose. We touched on purpose. Okay? We all need a reason to get up in the morning. We need that why that drives us. And remember, I added behind why, after you figure it out, because. And no, it just can't be because my boss would fire me if I don't. Your purpose has to be bigger than that. Much, much more bigger than that. For me, thinking back to when I was in the military, my purpose is crystal clear. Although the mission was set for me, I had a purpose, and it was my unit, my family back home, and my faith. Those were the things that kept me going. They kept me moving. They kept me going in the right direction and not going back, even on the toughest of all days that I can remember. But if you don't have a purpose, life can start feeling like an endless to-do list. Trust me, that's not a good place to be. When you have a list that just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing, and there's no joy in that whatsoever. And I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. And it's funny how when you don't have a purpose, suddenly everything just feels like it's heavy and like it's dragging you, or you dragging it. And where are you going with it? Because it just keeps following you everywhere you go. And you have not, for the life of you, decided to just put it down. Even doing the dishes can feel like climbing Everest. Have you been there before? Are you there right now? Let's check in real quick. So what's your why? What's your why? For you, it could be your kids. It could be a goal you've been working towards. It might even be as simple as making it to the weekend without a mental breakdown. That's cool too. That's fine. Whatever it is, find that thing that lights a fire under your butt. Purpose is like a GPS for life. It keeps you from drifting off course. Think about it. Because when things get tough, that why, it will keep you anchored. Like a really well-made IKEA bookshelf or something. And here's a tip. You want to know what the tip is? My people, purpose doesn't have to be grand. That's like probably the simplest tip I can give you regarding this. Purpose don't got to be big. It doesn't have to be humongous. It doesn't have to be something that's going to make the 6 o'clock news or appear on the segment of Good Morning America. Sometimes it's just as small as what you can see your wins to be. And that's exactly what it's all about. It's about having small wins and realizing the small wins you have in life. You don't have to be on a mission to change the world if your goal for the day is just to survive that 3 p.m. meeting with Janice from accounting. Purpose is personal, and no one else has to get it but you. If that purpose is just to enjoy every day a little bit more, then own it. Be intentional. Be very intentional about what you want, no matter how small it may seem to others. I mean it. And let's talk about consistency with purpose, because there's a lot of us who we can get off track very quickly. We can be on the track and then 1 minute we're getting pushed right over. Because it's easy to have a purpose in the morning and then hit a snag around noon. And suddenly your purpose is, let's just survive until dinner. But being resilient means coming back to that purpose, even when you're tired. Even when you're frustrated or tempted to just chuck it all out and start in a packle form. So what else? Personally, this last one always sounds kind of nice, but on a serious tip though, life has a way of testing us. It does. I mean, we get tested all the time. One day you'll feel like you're on top of the world. The next, you're wondering if you remember to put pants on before leaving the house. As funny as that sounds, it can be a real thing. It's a roller coaster, folks. It's a roller coaster. I mean it. But your purpose, that's your safety bar. It's where it's safe at, believe it or not. It keeps you grounded. No matter how many ups and downs you have in a day, in a week, in a month, you got something that can keep you grounded. And if you're feeling lost, remember that finding purpose isn't a one and done thing. Not at all. It's okay if your why evolves. It doesn't have to stay the same for the rest of your life. You're not bounded to it. You're not in prison with it. You're not going to bed every day married to it. What drove you 10 years ago might not be what drives you. In fact, I hope it's changed. I hope it will change. And it ain't me wishing bad on you. If my purpose was the same as it was in college, I'd probably be aiming to win the next pizza eating contest. But purpose, it grows with you. And you got to know that that's okay. You got to be able to tell